Solana is way too undervalued in my personal opinion, why I'm so bullish on this project, and my personal price prediction for the next cycle. My name is mikemadz. Let's go. Alright, as always guys, please do me a favor, like, leave a comment below, check out my links in the description, please. Alright, one very important indication that a blockchain or project is going to do well in the next bull market is to have a look at what they're currently doing in this brutal bearish phase we're in. Unfortunately, many projects will die simply because the funding is going to run out and the on-chain activity is trending towards zero with this certain projects. However, with Solana, it's the complete opposite. Okay, there's still development going on the blockchain. Clearly, there's still updates coming out and there's still incentives for developers to join the Solana ecosystem. One huge thing, this chart right here, you can clearly see that Solana surpassed Ethereum by transactions. That's actually huge, guys. Why is it huge? First of all, Solana is much newer than Ethereum. Solana is still in beta, and Ethereum has a much higher market cap than Solana. However, you can see that users tend to choose the blockchain that is cheaper and faster. And this chart here is indicating me that Solana is undervalued, especially if you look at what's happening in the background. Okay, just to underline the fact that Solana is actually growing in certain areas, even in this bearish phase, we have this chart right here. You can clearly see that in the NFT space, Solana is actually growing. Okay, why is that? Again, faster and cheaper transactions, especially with the NFT mints. You don't want to purchase an NFT that's, let's say, $100 and you don't want to pay $100 in gas fees. You want something that's costing fractions of a penny, and you want something that's fast. Okay, so you can see again, adoption is growing on Solana. All right, another huge thing that's mostly overlooked is the community, and especially the developer community on a certain ecosystem and blockchain. With Solana, as you can see here, there's still many incentives all over the world actually for developers to come and to develop on Solana. Okay, so none of this toxic maxi coin behavior. With Solana, in my personal opinion, most people are focused on performance and most people are focused on solving problems, which is a huge plus in my personal opinion. Okay, another thing that most people were laughing at, but in my personal opinion is an important step towards mass adoption, is the Solana store in New York City. Guys, marketing and sex appeal also matters with blockchains. Okay, many blockchains just forget about that fact. However, it's a very important point for mass adoption, in my opinion. All right, coming to the technicals, of course. Taking on extra risk with altcoins only makes sense if those altcoins, of course, outperform Ethereum. Especially with Solana, it's a clear competition for Ethereum, smart contract platform. Why would you choose something that has extra risk but doesn't outperform Ethereum? That's one huge mistake many people do. With Solana, that's of course not the case. Right? Since January 21 until October 21, Solana outperformed Ethereum by around 4,000%, let's name it. Of course, currently we are in a downtrend. Yes, in bear markets, altcoins lead heavier than the blue chip crypto, which is Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, looking back in the past, Solana is a coin that should, and I think will, outperform Ethereum in the future. Huge important point. Okay, if you look at the Ethereum chart, okay, it's important to see where Ethereum might be heading in the next bull market, because without Ethereum going to those levels, those smaller altcoins will not follow, of course. Okay, still don't get it twisted, Ethereum is the 800-pound gorilla. Solana still is in its infancy. Okay, in my personal opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if Ethereum reaches in the next cycle anywhere between 7,000 to, very bullish case, 17,000 per coin. Okay, you have to keep in mind we're currently in this accumulation phase most probably, but you also have to keep in mind there's still downwards risk where we might fall in this lower band here that will range anywhere between 500, let's say 600 to 200, which is a very low target, which I don't believe it will go there. I think lowest we will drop is 600. It's a possibility. It's not too far-fetched off. And highest we will go is, let's say 17K. and the lowest we will go for next cycle would be 7,000 per coin. Okay, if some people are calling me a moon boy, to get to 7,000 per coin, that's simply a 50% from the last all-time high. So it's not that far off, guys. Institutional money will come in, and of course the FOMO voice will also come in, pushing us to those levels. All right, coming to Solana itself. Same story like with Ethereum. If we're lucky, we're staying in this sideways chop accumulation phase and nothing bad happens. However, you should always prepare for the worst case scenario. In my personal opinion with Solana, the worst case scenario would be around somewhere between $16 to $12. I know it's hard to think of. However, if the past is an indication, altcoins can bleed heavily in bear markets. So instead of being scared, just prepare for it. And this is all you can do, okay? But you can also prepare for the top of the next cycle. And this is where we go to the price prediction of Solana, in my opinion. In my opinion, the minimum range we're hitting is $500 per coin for the next cycle. In mid point would be around, let's say, 1,000, and the highest point we would reach, which is very optimistic, but the possibility is around 1,600 per coin. Okay. Again, for the people calling me a moon boy, from the last high to my minimum range to my minimum target, it's a 100% move, guys. 100% is nothing in crypto. And we're not taking on all those risks for just 100% from the last high, okay? So keep in mind it's a possibility, nothing is guaranteed, and it's something you can and should plan for. All right, guys, coming to the end of the video, what I'm seeing is that the development on Solana is still ongoing, and of course the problems are being worked on. Keep in mind, nothing is perfect. All those points were very bullish for Solana, but we all know that the outages and certain things still need a lot of tweaking in this blockchain. I don't want to sound like an auto bull. However, in my personal opinion, it's my third largest holding, and I'm still convinced that it will reach somewhere around $1,000 per coin in the next cycle. Keep in mind, this is not financial advice. It's simply my personal view. But at the end of the day, it's the most important thing. Don't get rid.